Hey, what's going on? Jason Cutter here. It is Wednesday, May 6th, and here's another video number 17 in this series. So I'm going to pick another authentic persuasion topic. Let's see what happens when we go to the magical wheel. If you haven't already, make sure to check out all the other ones. Follow the authentic persuasion hashtag on here. You can also find these videos on YouTube, so you can subscribe to that one. I'll put a link underneath this one today. I am going to hit the random generator. Now, I had to close out my browser, so it didn't save where I had been at the list. So we'll see how many times it takes to come up with a new topic. Theoretically, it's random. So let's go ahead and hit the random wheel. What zero cancellations mean? So that's perfect. New topic here. So let's talk about this. So cancellations, we're talking about anytime something cancels. So the client cancels, they bought from you, and then they call back and cancel their service, or they bought something physical and they came back and returned it. Or sometimes in the sales process, there's a point at which it could cancel even though they haven't purchased it. So for example, when I used to do mortgages, somebody buys a house, takes out a loan, they can't cancel, they can't return the house. And so they've got it, but there's points in the transaction where somebody could cancel and change their mind and not do it. Now, to keep this conversation short, when there is a zero cancellation rate or a sales rep has a very low cancellation rate, to me, based on my experience, it means one of two things. One is they are the most amazing salesperson and they're perfectly in tune and they're a sales master who knows what their prospects want, give them exactly that, and mitigates all of those issues like buyer's remorse and the topics that I've been covering, right? So that's at one end of the spectrum, which is very, very valid and very true. So when you're a sales master, there's no reason people should have any doubts. Then there's the other end of the spectrum where people have zero cancellations or very low cancellation rate or return rate, whatever that might be. And it's because they're mostly an order taker. And what they're doing is they're only pushing the transactions forward for people who essentially are ready to buy. They're considered a laydown. They have money in their hands and they're ready to go. And they just need someone to process the transaction. Like that kind of transaction could be done by anybody in customer service or anybody who's just processing the payment. But if they're a salesperson in that role and that's what they're only closing and everyone is happy and satisfied afterwards, that means they didn't move people out of their comfort zone. It means they didn't ask the questions and push people to trigger that fear that's going to kick in when somebody has to make a change and make a new decision. And so what that means, as weird as this may sound, is that you actually want some level of cancellations because it means you used persuasion to push people to make change and make a decision that went outside of their comfort zone, and then it freaked them out afterwards, which is okay as long as your intentions are good and you're selling to people who qualify, right? If it's somebody who is qualified and is in need or want of your product or service, and then after the fact, they start freaking out, they start worrying, buyer's remorse, doubt, family, friends telling them that they made a bad decision or questioning them, and those people come back and cancel or try to return, that is okay because that means you move them forward with persuasion. Again, as long as your intentions are right and you did it for the right reasons with a qualified prospect, then if you should have some level of cancellation or some kind of return or some kind of pushback afterwards. If you have zero, then most likely you are an order taker. So hopefully that helps today. I'll see you in tomorrow's video.